Hello, students. We are nearing the end of this particular unit, and part of the revision process involves adding details to your work. One of the first things I want to talk to you about is transitions. Transitions help add flow to your paper. They help add more thoughts to your paper. They help show consequences for some of your actions maybe that you've taken or other characters have taken. They also can show similarity between two different ideas, or maybe a contrast between two different ideas. They can also show a sequence, which means that if something happens one time and then something else happens another time. The video is going to pause now and I have you practice writing with a few of these sequence words, so a few of these transitional words. Welcome back. Something else I want you to make sure you're including in your paper is a mixture of different lengths of sentences. Some of your sentences are going to be really short. Some of them should be a little bit longer. You may want to combine some sentences. Think about sentence pattern 6, where we made compound sentences using fanboys. If all of your sentences are a certain length, make sure to change it up a little bit. Use some of those connecting words to put your sentences together. The video is going to pause, and I'm going to have you try a few of these with a short passage. Welcome back. Also, something you should be looking for. If your sentences all begin the same way, if they all begin with the word I, if they all begin with the word they, then that is a problem. It makes for boring reading. So I want you to do, when you're going through your paper, I want you to make sure that you are checking the beginnings of each sentence. Read through it carefully. Make sure that each of your sentences sounds a little bit different from the other sentences. If everything is repetitive, it can be very boring. You can use repetition as a tool, but just try to avoid it in all of your paragraphs. The video is going to pause now, and I want you to practice with a short paragraph, changing that up, and I'm trying to avoid starting each sentence with the same word. Welcome back. Obviously, one of the things I'm going to want you to include in this paper is dialogue. However, using the word said is something that you do use in conversational language. But I want you to try to step out of that bubble a little bit and see if you can try to use some more descriptive language as you are writing with regards to using the word said. Did the person that's going to be speaking in your story speak these things? Did they mumble them? Did they shriek? Did they yell them? Did they whisper them? All those help add more details and help me as a reader understand what you are writing more. The video is going to pause now, and you're going to practice that with a couple different passages. Welcome back. Last thing I want you to do is to make sure that you are adding adjectives and adverbs to your paper. We spent a lot of time early in the semester working with sentences, simple sentences, by adding adjectives and adding adverbs to them. Look at the sheets that we have hanging in the classroom. I'll also post some of these on our website. Look at those and see if you could have added enough adjectives and adverbs to your paper. Adding those details will really help your stories come alive. Most of all, I want to make sure that you are staying on track with your story, though. Don't let your details draw away from the story that you are telling. Your story should be the central focus. Details really just help your story come alive and make it so it's easier to read and more fun to read. But don't let those details take your story off track. Don't spend too much time just describing the setting. Don't spend too much time just describing a character. So for the remainder of the time, I want you to look at your paper, read through it. Make sure you have implemented all the things we've talked about this week. Make sure you have a good introduction. Make sure you have a good conclusion. Make sure you have added details, the proper amount of details. Is everything formatted properly? Do you have proper capitalization? Do you have a punctuation mark at the end of each sentence? For the remainder of the time, I want you to work quietly on this. Again, the expectation should be that your voice level is 0. You are working independently, and you are to remain seated. I have given explicit instructions to the sub to write down the name of any student that is disruptive. Remember, your paper is due at midnight on Monday, so you should have all weekend to work on this. However, I'm sure you would rather probably work on things in school, so make sure you are taking time to work on this in class as well. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me. Thank you very much. Good luck, guys.